The Bataan Death March was one of the darkest episodes of World War II, symbolizing the brutality of war and the indomitable spirit of its victims. This tragic event began in April 1942 after the surrender of approximately 75,000 Filipino and American troops to Japanese forces in the Philippines. Outnumbered, outgunned, and weakened by months of siege, these soldiers capitulated on the Bataan Peninsula, marking the largest surrender in U.S. and Philippine military history. Following their surrender, the prisoners of war, POWs, were forced to undertake a grueling march of around 65 miles from Mariveles in Bataan to San Fernando under inhumane conditions. The captives, already weakened by hunger and disease, were subjected to extreme physical strain under the scorching tropical sun. Denied adequate food and water, many succumbed to heat exhaustion, dehydration, or starvation. Japanese guards brutally enforced discipline. Those who faltered, rested, or fell behind were beaten, bayoneted, or summarily executed. Prisoners were packed into cramped hell ships for further transportation or left to die on the roadside, unable to continue. Estimates vary, but thousands perished during the march, with some sources suggesting deaths between 5,000 and 18,000. For those who survived, the ordeal was far from over. They were transported to prison camps where conditions remained dire. Disease, malnutrition, and mistreatment led to further loss of life. The atrocities committed during the march and in the camps were clear violations of the Geneva Conventions, exposing the cruelty of the Japanese Imperial Army during this time. News of the Bataan Death March eventually reached the Allied nations, galvanizing support for the Pacific Theater Campaign. Survivors' testimonies provided chilling accounts of the horrors endured, cementing the event as a pivotal and painful memory of the war. In the post-war years, efforts were made to seek justice. Japanese officers involved in the march were tried for war crimes, highlighting the importance of accountability. Today, the Bataan Death March stands as a stark reminder of wartime atrocities, the resilience of the human spirit, and the necessity of protecting human rights during conflict. Memorials and annual commemorations honor the victims and survivors, ensuring their sacrifices are never forgotten.